Hello, we continue the SDGs Lead, a series of interviews with prominent change makers worldwide. Today, I am deeply honored. It's a deep pleasure for me to talk with Gael Moutelli, a social entrepreneur, a founder of the Green-Strong Community NGO from Gabon. Thank you so much for joining and finding time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me and to have this amazing time with you.
Gael, your NGO works on finding solutions for community issues and contributes to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals through educational, environmental, and humanitarian actions. It's very remarkable. Could you please give us more information, probably showcasing recent achievements, projects, or future plans?
Okay, well, I started my NGO in 2017, when the time I was president of student at the first University of Gabon. And then this idea comes from my desire to bring something new for my community, because everything we've been done was in the big rooms, conferences and all that. I want to go in the community. I want to share with people. And then I decided to founded my NGO, which works for education, as you said, for environment and humanitarian. And when I started with education, I was a little bit hurted by the fact of youth delinquency. So I have first to work for youth delinquency and then work properly for education. And for that, I went for in community. I organized events to fight against violence, first of all in community, and with true educative activity as drawing, basketball, or slam. It's a form of art. And for the little story, when I asked one girl during the drawing activity, I say, why did you draw a heart? She said to me that I draw a heart because a heart is a love, and I want kids of the community love each other instead of fighting each other. And that was amazing. And after that, program activity has a competition of writing, because I know that kids who are going from primary school to secondary school doesn't really know how to write correctly. And I say, oh, this is a big deal. If we want to have a good generation, next generation, we should take actions on that. And that was the point of education. And it's linked even with the environment, because I cannot work for the future generation without thinking about where they will live in the future. And that's why every 2 months I'm taking actions where we collecting plastics in the beach, and we transform it into cobbles. Yeah, and then humanitarian. The last achievement I did in humanitarian was during the I did a campaign against the coronavirus in all markets, big markets of my country, my capital city. I have a mask and I was talking to people. It looks a little bit strange, but it was okay because I have the support of the U.S. Embassy of Libreville and other people. And now the recent activity I did was for the Christmas. I went to people's house. People doesn't expecting me. I just tap in the door like this, and when they open the door, I give them the gift. That was very interesting, and I have a lot of activity like this on my pages. And yeah, that's what I can talk about my NGO in few words and about our achievement.
What you are doing is enormously inspiring and amazing, as you started from the community level, and the sustainable community level in terms of education, in terms of environmental sustainability, leads to well-being on all other levels and even globally. Everything starts from little and quite small steps. When I saw the pictures posted regarding regarding your initiative of knocking to the doors and seeing the eyes of people, the eyes of children. I was so inspired. The heartwarmness was just overwhelming. So
Thank you.
good luck with all further initiatives. At the times when you were making your first steps, did you feel much support from your community, or there was a kind of resistance? How, in general, the SDGs initiatives are perceived in your country by the people and by the government?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question for our young entrepreneurs, young leaders. The beginning, it's not always fun, very nice, because there is people who doesn't really like to go in the community, leave their comfort to work in water, to touch people. You see dark people, things like this. And I decided to go in the community. And the first step was really difficult because I didn't have the support. Even tried to make some letters to write to institutions everywhere in my country. I mean, the capital city, but I didn't have the support. So I decided to work myself. I did some training. I give some classes. Even I have the opportunity to give trainings to the bodyguard of the first lady of my country in English. And I'm telling you, all the money that I get from that experience of that work, I invest, I give in the community. All the money I get. And when people saw the impact after they come to you, and I say, whoa, the reason is they want to see, first of all, what you are able to do, and then they will support you. Because at the beginning, it was very hard. And after that, multiply activities. And now today, I have people want to work with me and to want to be with me in the community. Yes.
So
And
break the ceiling, you overcome some resistance, but then
yeah,
when you started doing your first steps, just for
yeah,
future change makers to
yeah,
get inspired, the multiplying effect was present, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Because when you started, you can say, okay, I want to do that. But people will say, okay, what is the proof that you really want to do that? Because you can take even the support, you can take money and go with that, and they will know. I don't know where they will find you. So if you trying to do things, they will say, ah, yes, this guy was serious, and now he's a very good man, and we can follow him, and that's what really happens. Yeah. And for SDGs, how SDGs are really taken in my country, the thing is, people in the community think that it's for educated people. It's for educated people because the government doesn't go in community and explain to people the challenge of the world. You see, if they can do it, I think the community will think that it's for them. And even for me, when I try to do activities, the automatically think that, okay, he's probably a son of a deputy, he's probably a rich man. That's why he's doing this. So I say, I'm from, I'm from the hood. So the thing, what I'm behaving like this because I grown up with my grandfather, and in the village, a son is a son of a community. So I receive a lot of things from my neighbors, from everybody in the community. So, and today I decided to share what I've received with my community around me. And I think if our government can say, okay, we will bring the debate in the community, we will teach them what is this, what is that. I think things can be very clear for SDGs in the community. So we have some young people across Gabon who are trying to do some things, but really doesn't have the support they need because we first the community see first a political aspect, that because this one want to be elected or this, that's why trying to do this, but they don't really understand the real challenge that we're facing and we're working on. Yeah.
So it's also about building trust within your community and within the government. So young people are able to take this responsibility and to be provided with this responsibility to be a change makers. And then it's like investments pay back and the community receives numerous positive benefits and results. This year, you were selected to represent your country in Washington, the United States, for the Mandela Fellowship Program for Young African Leaders. It's a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are the most pressing challenges for your country, and what is the role of youth in resolving them? As I think you will then return to your community and work further, continue your work.
Yeah, thank you. It was a great opportunity to be selected for the Mandela Washington program. Is really a selective program. It selects young people working very hard, and really thanks all the support that I have today. Well, as challenge today, the first thing is mindset. It's mindset. In my country, it's what can I say? It's really difficult to people to accept that, to believe that they can change, they can move, they can go on, they can try to make to have a positive impact in their country. It's difficult for them. If you say there is a training that that can help you to go to another step, they will say no. If you want me to come to your training, you should give me something like money, and then I will come. And sometimes we say, how can we change this community if all we can do is about money, is about asking this? So sometimes it was very difficult. It's very difficult. So mindset, we have to change this. We have to work on that, and we started to work on that because we organized some event where we're taking children from across all the country, and we give them training they need in politics, because we should have kids, young people in decision places where they can say, okay, this is good for us and this is not good for us. We need that kind of people. And we did all that for our community. Like last year, I went across all schools, secondary schools of Libreville, of the capital city of Gabon, to talk to kids, to say them that we need you too. We need everybody. This fight cannot be only achieved by one people or two people. You young people, the future is for young people. So you got to take actions. This is what we are doing. And today in our NGO, we have a lot of young people working with us. And it's a beginning. I hope in the future we will have more people who are understanding that the challenge of today is being connected. And I tell them that I work with the philosophy of Ubuntu from South African Nelson Mandela. We say that I am because we are. So only me, I can't do nothing. So I need you to do that fight together. And I think progressively we will change things. And education, through my actions in education, environment, and in humanitarian, because they should know that it's very important to help each other. That's why they had humanitarian action. And I think a lot of SDGs are linked. And if you work for this, for education, example for in Africa or in Gabon, if you work for education, you should think about no anger, no poverty, and all those things. So a lot of things are really linked. Yeah.
Definitely, all the SDGs are intertwined and reinforce one another. And when you focus, for example, on education, we also provide positive impacts on other goals, such as reducing hunger, zero poverty, and others. You are a trainer, youth leadership consultant for the Gabonese Ministry of Entrepreneurship and also the America Center. What do you think should the perfect education strategy look like to have positive impacts on the sustainable development goals? Probably some key aspects of perfect education system.
Yeah, for me, for the case of my country, I should think first of all about accessibility, because education is not here in my country. It's not the same for everyone. We have a certain social category, certain class who have a good education, another class doesn't really have what I call a great education. I have the opportunity this year to be selected to be a teacher in IB school, IB International School, where I have the opportunity to train ambassadors' kids, member of European kids, how to train them to serve the community, and I have time to teach them English. And I compare when I compare with the education of the community, it's not the same thing. It's totally different. And if we can have a good impact on SDGs, we should first of all review our educative system, because in the other system, kids and students are the center. But in the common system, student is not the center. The teacher gives everything. So you don't need automatically, you don't feel the need to create things, to improve your skills when you everything are given. But in the other system, when you are the center, we give you some uh, uh, lines of inquiries, and I think we can improve by combining, by giving a good system. So there is a lot of point. Yeah, there is a lot of point to have the best. And I think even a structure, we should work for example for structure, because in a normal classroom we're supposed to have around kids 25 kids. But in my country, we have around 100 kids. You see, 100 kids. The teacher cannot speak for everyone, even for a week. He will say, "Okay, I will work with the kids just near me, and for the back, you will come the next year." And that's the really word, the common word that teacher used to say in my country. Okay, for those doesn't understand, come the next year, come the next year, because there is 100 instead of have 25. So this problem, I think our government should see it first and then train teachers to have a great impact on SDGs, especially for education. Yeah.
In terms of technological quantum leap, most part of education, especially in terms of pandemics, went online. And how it's in your country, speaking in terms of access to internet, whether children have enough laptops, or most part of education still takes place offline, even due to pandemic.
Yeah. So in my country, we have internet a lot. We among the countries, African countries, has a good internet connections, all those things. But the thing is, we have a lot of, if I can say, poor poor people. So it's hard. Even to eat 3 times a day, it's hard. So to have a laptop, oh, it's like asking people to buy I don't know, a Lamborghini, a car that's very expensive. So the difficulty is to connect, to be connected, to have internet. And if our public schools as laptops, that should be great. But we're still using a blackboard in classrooms. So it's difficult if we're still using blackboards without markers. So it will be hard to have computers for all kids. So we have internet, but computers, oh, no. So I think, and in that point, we are very late, and I hope our state will find a way to solve that problem, because the challenge of today is internet, how people are connected, how they make some research, how they the way they're smart depend today on that internet. Yeah, yes, thing is that.
Gail, thank you so much for providing us many insights regarding your personal path and amazing achievements. I wish you good luck and internal power to still break the ceiling in your country and globally also, for the benefit of all young people. What would be your message to the world leaders and change makers worldwide on how to reach the Sustainable Development Goals? Just several sentences to reveal your inspiration and to share your vision and attitudes.
Okay, well, what young people should know is that the leadership of today is a leadership of services, the leadership of help and sharing. And if I should add one SDG on SDGs, I should add sharing as 18th, yeah, SDGs. So the thing is, people should first of all feel inside them that they want to help the community. Because before taking initiative, you should say, okay, I want to help people. And even Martin Luther King say, you don't need to go to Harvard University. You don't need to be well graduate to help the community. And Rihanna, during one of her speech in Harvard University, she said, humanitarian start with one person. So you should start with helping one person. So we should feel ourselves ready to help the community, whatever our goal, whatever the field that we choose, we can do it. And the humanity will recognize our effort, like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Mama Gandhi, I mean, and so on and so on. So what I can say is that if you believe that you can bring a positive change in your community, whatever the field, just take your action, and step by step, I think we will together achieve SDGs. It's not easy at all at the beginning, but if you believe yourself, you can change the world. But changing the world started by changing ourselves. So this is my advice. I hope young people across the world will be motivated and they can do it. But because the change, we can motivate people through our attitude, through our action, personality, and I hope that will bring a good change for people across Africa and across the world. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for such amazing time and amazing message to the world leaders. I do really hope that it would be heard, and we as young people on our individual levels in our communities will push the change that will come globally. Thank you so much and good luck with everything. It was enormously inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.